I recently had an incredible opportunity to take a trip to the Arctic Circle with the Shedd Aquarium and my good friend Les. The vessel that we were on was top notch. The views were stunning, and just wait until you see the wildlife that we experienced. But before we get to that, we first arrived in Copenhagen, Denmark to spend a few days exploring the city before we flew to Longyearbyen, which is where we will board the ship. Copenhagen is really such a cool city. It's got such rich history, vibrant people, and there's just so much to do. A couple of my favorite things to do in Copenhagen were walking around the Nyhavn, checking out the Round Tower and a couple of the shops nearby. We also did a couple excursions like visiting the Kronborg Castle and checking out the Maritime Museum. The museum is an engineering marvel and something I highly recommend checking out. But our time in Copenhagen had ended quickly, and it was time to take our chartered flight to Longyearbyen on the island of Svalbard, Norway. As you could see as we arrive here in Longyearbyen, it is pretty desolate. They don't allow any babies to be born on Longyearbyen, and also you can't die on Longyearbyen. If you want to receive any serious medical treatment, you're going to have to go back to mainland Norway to receive that. While walking around outside of town, you must be with someone who has a firearm just in case you come across a polar bear. This is the SH Vega. It's the ship we're going to be on for the next 7 days while we explore the Arctic Circle. Literally, we landed right here today at the Svalbard airport, and now we're on the Swan Hellenic Vega. We had to come check out the swan's nest. Welcome aboard. So let me show you around. First up is the Club Lounge, perfect spot to grab some breakfast or a quick bite whenever you're hungry. Just down the hall, there's the Observation Lounge. Hang out for a drink, catch the daily briefing, or just relax and watch the whales through the big windows. And you gotta check out the spa. It's incredible. There's a sauna, some refreshing showers, and a hot tub view that you seriously can't beat. If you head down to the third deck, you'll find the library and base camp where we'll gear up for our expeditions. This is where the real excitement begins as we prepare to explore some of the most breathtaking and remote places on the planet. When you get to your room, you'll see they've really thought of everything. There's a waterproof bag, a warm parka, and even a digital fireplace to keep you warm and cozy in the Arctic cold. Speaking of that Arctic cold, we're about to head out and explore some of this amazing place. We had a quick safety briefing in the Observation Lounge where they gave us some tips and tricks for our expeditions on land. They split us into 4 groups and gave us specific times to head down to base camp to gear up and load the boats. We put on our muck boots and waterproof pants, plus whatever else we think we'll need for the day. Before heading out, you scan your ID badge so they can keep track of everyone who's off the ship. Then it's down the stairs, disinfect your boots, and into the zodiacs. Those are the dinghy boats we use to get around. There are 2 types of expeditions on this trip. One is the Zodiac cruise, where we all hop on the boat and just take in the wildlife and scenery from the water. The other is a landing, where we go ashore and usually have the option of a long hike or a short hike. Right now, we're heading to shore for our first long hike of the trip. The cold Arctic breeze hits your face as soon as we get out there, but honestly, the air up here feels so refreshing. Right when we got off the boat, we were greeted by the awesome expedition team. Today, Anya, our guide, is leading us on a hike. Right off the bat, we had to traverse some running ice melt, which was a bit tricky, but definitely added to the adventure. As we walked, we spotted some signs of wildlife that used to be around here. We also came across some marble, tons of fossils, and other cool things that were once trapped in a glacier. It's wild to see all this history just lying around. Before we set out on each adventure, they send out bear spotters to scout the area and make sure it's safe, and they'll continue to monitor while we're hiking.
Quite large.
After the hike, we headed back to the Zodiacs and hopped aboard to return to the ship, ready for the next adventure. Once we got back, we cleaned off our boots, disinfected them, and scanned back in. The expedition team then loaded all the Zodiacs back onto the ship, and before you know it, we were off to the next destination, ready for a whole new adventure.
I'm not too sure because I've not been there.
After a short boat ride, another long hike awaits. 11:59 right now, and it's about to be midnight. And this, look at that, it just changed. This is the midnight sun here in Svalbard. 24 hours of sunlight. Look at that. That's midnight right now. That is midnight.
There we go. Yeah. Can you feel it?
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Forwards, forwards. Thank you, assistants.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something right there, Javier. Look right there. There's some.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
It's
It's a polar bear.
It was not a polar bear. It might have been a whale.
It's coming up. It's.
White.
Yeah.
What's that white?
Is that like a whale?
Very nice. Thank you, Andreas. Thank you. Beautiful day.
After that fantastic kayak adventure, we got to tour the bridge and meet the captain. It was cool to see all the different instruments he uses to maneuver the vessel. After our tour of the bridge, it was time to go back and gear up because we were heading out on a zodiac cruise to check out some walrus. We had some incredible vantage points from the boat, but then we decided to get a little closer for an up-close look at the walrus. Today we're at our landing spot and we're checking out some walruses here that are on Svalbard. We just parked the boat over here, took some zodiacs in, and now we're trekking over to see some walrus.
The left one is so relaxed that sometimes he can't even show it off his penis.
We spotted a white dot on the horizon and our hopes had come true. It was the king of the Arctic, a polar bear.
Expedition team, we have got another donut.
Today we are in New Alicent. We are as far north as human civilization goes. This is the farthest northern settlement in the world.
My Uncle Richie complains that I say this too much, but this is incredible. This trip was something out of this world, absolutely extraordinary. The places we visited, the people I met, and being surrounded by such incredible natural beauty felt like a true gift. I never imagined I'd find myself this far north on our lovely planet, but I'm so lucky and grateful to have had the opportunity to experience this magical place. Wait, what about the part where we get in the water?
Picture or video of your daughter? Wow! Video, picture, video.
Yeah, Alex!